Hello and good morning. Hello and good morning. It is Thursday, and I am grateful to be here after everything yesterday. um, please excuse my energy today. I am exhausted from the horrific, catastrophic storm, not to mention two different deadly occurrences being severe flooding as well as tornado. Many people have suffered severe damage. Um, Catastrophic. Some people have died in this weather. Uh, some people's homes were completely wiped out. I am blessed and grateful that obviously it wasn't my turn. And I'm sorry for those who suffered any loss, whether that be food, people, power outages, homes, personal items, but at least the personal items can be replaced. Unfortunately, the lives that were lost or the pets or the people cannot. For that, I send prayers to everyone. So starting today, this is Thursday. This is the daily for Thursday, September 2nd, 2021. Hello, everybody. Hello. Yeah, everything is okay so far. Everything is okay. Whew, just sitting here and relaxing, enjoying the time that I can right now. I'm exhausted. I can't wait to take a nap. That's what I'm going to do next. So definitely prayers. Yeah, I am exhausted. Totally exhausted. All right. So I will not be doing every sign today. I will be doing elements. I will be doing elements and a card for the room. So these cards are shuffled. I also let me pick a card from here from the 4 agreements. This is the 4 agreements deck that I'm using now. So I want to pick a card for the room. See what the message is for the room. There we go. That flew out. I'll take it. All right. Perfect. Card for the room is express your love. Please hit the like button if you've come into the room. That's the normal routine that I ask you to do when you come in on a live. Please hit the like button. If you haven't done it already, it is all I ask you for. So the card for today talks about express your love. Impeccability of the word can be measured by your level of self-love. If you love yourself, you will express that love in your interactions with others. And that action will produce a liked reaction, which means whatever you put out into the universe, you will get back. If you put out positivity, you will get that back. If you put out love, you will get that back. If you're in a situation, even when you're arguing or somebody's really angry, upset, if you escalate the situation by arguing back, it's going to make it worse. But if you stay and remain humble, calm, quiet, express love, concern, ask them, why are you feeling that way? What's making you so angry? What's making you so upset? How can I help? When you say stuff like that, it brings it down. And then they can't fight because you need 2 people to fight. So just remember, you can choose to add into it, to make it worse, to escalate it, to possibly make a situation end, or you can withdraw, be humble, and only put out positivity, show that you want to help, show that you're concerned, show that you care. And that will de-escalate somebody very quickly. Unless you're dealing with somebody with mental health issues, then you might need to call the authorities or to get help for that person. So that is the card for today. Starting off with the element of air. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. The element of air. The element of air comes up with the Chariot card. So the Chariot card can mean air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Either you needed to get the hell out of there. It can mean, when you look at this car, it means that you needed to leave. You wanted to get away from something. It means you didn't no longer want to deal with anything today. It means that you're not going to put up or tolerate with nonsense. It also means that you're taking your things and you're removing them from someplace. For some of you, you could be moving. For some of you, you could think about moving today. It's also talking about protecting yourself. It's also talking about making your boundaries count. Making your boundaries count, air signs. It's talking about taking action. It talks about confidence. Having confidence in what you're doing and who you're doing it with. Knowing that everything is going to be okay. It's about having an ambition or creating ambition to get something done. Maybe you have to psych yourself up to get something moving forward. For some of you, it's about something moving quickly. Moving forward quickly. It could be an advancement at work. It could be a raise. It could be moving up the ladder. For some of you, it could be taking yourself out of a situation or a scene or an occurrence. It could be not wanting to get involved in the drama, in the talking, the bullshit, the when people do the gossiping. Some people love gossip. Some people live for it. Some people can't wait to get the news. Some people are so freaking nosy. They got to know every single thing about something that's nothing to do with them. It's nothing to do with them. And unless you're asking because you want to help, then stay out of it. Okay, air signs. Fire signs. Your card for today is the King of Cups. I got tongue twist. King of Cups. With the King of Cups, this is talking about somebody who knows their worth, or they know what they have. They know what they want to offer you. This could be fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could be you knowing what you can give somebody, you knowing just how much you can do. This also could be having to kind of bow down, not so much bow down, but give in to someone who has more power than you. Could be your boss. You're just going to have to do what they ask you. Or it could be your partner, meaning that they're wanting to do something one way and you're not. But to keep the peace, you're going to do it. You're going to give in. For some of you, it's about forgiveness. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it's about forgiving yourself first and then forgiving the other person for what they did. For some of you, it could be about trust. Some of you may have some very tough trust issues. Some of your trust issues, maybe you don't even realize that they come from when you were a child. Maybe somebody kept letting you down. Maybe somebody kept making promises to you and didn't keep them. Maybe somebody was supposed to show up. Maybe a parent was supposed to visit or pick you up and never did. For some of you, you may have been abandoned. Somebody may never have come back for you. And somebody may have never reached out. For some of you, it could be a partnership where somebody had left you and they pretty much just went on their way. For some of you, these trust issues can cause you a lot of long-term disappointment. It can also keep rebuilding a lot of things for you that's not so great. Please watch the next video that I'm going to upload after this, which will be about different mindsets that we have. Figure out which mindset you are. You're not going to be just one. And every day you might be a different mindset, or every situation could pull out a different mindset on you. So check it out. Yeah, he's just testing the waters. Change is good. He's just testing the situation. I'd have all his stuff packed up and out on the porch and tell him that's where it's at. All right, water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. You have the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles today is going to talk about somebody who's thinking and they like to put their thoughts into order. Somebody who needs things organized. Somebody might be OCD-ish. Somebody definitely likes to look nice, likes to dress nice, likes to present themselves well, speaks properly. This person may also be a very hard worker. This person may have built companies, He may be an entrepreneur, he or she. This person may be trying to find a different way to come across to people, changing something about the way they speak to people. There's some of you out there who everybody you talk to is, hey, baby, hey, honey, da-da-da. That's not for you to do. They're not your baby. They're not your honey. They ain't your shorty. They ain't your anything. Use a proper name, or Miss or Mr. or sir or ma'am. Don't speak to people that you don't know like you've been hanging out with them for years. Don't do that. There's some of you, it shows with this card, that you're waiting around with someone else and somebody else who has strength or power in a situation. You might be trying to lean on somebody who you know can get a job done or can get something to go through or get something to work out. Somebody may help you to get a loan. Somebody may help you to purchase a car. Somebody may help you to find a place to live. Somebody's or trying to find a job. Somebody may be there that you're leaning on or wanting to be around. You're wanting to communicate with somebody who can help you get to the next level, who can back up what you're saying, who can also be kind of like a big, strong brick wall for you to lean on. So there's somebody around you that you know just makes you feel safe and secure. Earth signs, your card for today is the Six of Swords, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Now, these are sun, moon, and rising, so whichever message makes sense or put them together. But you have the Six of Swords. You're moving forward. You're hoping for a better future. You're hoping for things to start changing. You're hoping for a different outcome. Some of you, with the Six of Swords, some of you are really just starting to be able to exhale from a very difficult situation, a very hard time. Some of you are in tears praying and hoping for a miracle. Some of you are hoping for this miracle for someone else. Some of you are hoping for this miracle for yourself. You're getting ready to start over. So you're going to have to clean up the mess that's happened so that you can start over. You only need to do a little bit at a time. And then you're going to find that it's really important to be able to move forward. It's very important to just pick up what's left and build again. It's very important not to give up. Sometimes things got wiped out or removed because they needed to. Something wasn't quite right that maybe you didn't even realize, but it needed to be done over. It needed a do-over. It needed to be rebuilt. It needed to have some type of makeover. Something needed to be corrected. For some of you, you're just wanting to get away, or you're just wanting to go to a different place. You're just wanting a fresh start somewhere. For a lot of you Capricorn, Taurus, Virgos, it's like, you know what? You feel like you've worn out your welcome, or you've worn out something, not feeling like you're accepted anymore, not feeling as if it's worth it. You're just not feeling like something's worth it anymore. It's like you're tired of trying. You've given all you had. So for a lot of you, that's what we have for that. Now, a card for the room. Let me get another card for the room. That's what I want. Those of you who hit the like button, thank you. I appreciate that. And then again, everybody catching up. Yes, I'm okay. Yes, a lot of homes were destroyed. There's still a lot of rivers and things that are flooding so bad in areas that they've never had flooding in New Jersey and Pennsylvania that are still quite dangerous. People are still being rescued at this time. One man was sitting on this beam underneath of the bridge, over top of the some kind of river, and he only had a few minutes left to make it, and somebody found him, and they rescued him. There's been so many heroic efforts made. So many wonderful people stepped up to help so many other people. Unfortunately, I had a viewing today, but a funeral yesterday to go to for my friend Tommy, who passed away. And because of the weather, I was not able to go. And then because I was up all night, so upset, I woke up too late to be able to go again. It was just awful. All right, you guys. Card for the room. What does everyone need to hear most? What is the card most for everyone? Okay. All right, you guys. So the card that comes for the room is the World card. It talks about having achievements, looking forward to achieving new goals. It talks about completion of something. Something's finally completed. You finally got the answer you needed, or you finally now understand a situation, a circumstance. You might understand why somebody acted the way they did. You might finally kind of get it. Doesn't mean it was okay. It just means you get it now. Like, oh, I see why they acted like they did. I see why they treated me the way they did. I see that they have issues. It doesn't mean you have to accept them, like them, or repeat them. For a lot of you, with the World card, something definitely was starting and something is definitely ending. Something definitely came to a completion. Something finally is over. And I think this makes a lot of sense for what we went through here in New Jersey and Pennsylvania and New York City, the Bronx, so many areas, Central Park, all these places were flooded and some homes destroyed. It was just awful. Awful. So finally something is over and now something is going to begin. Also, too, for Louisiana, a lot of areas started to get their electric back. More areas will start getting their electric back by tomorrow and the next day. It's not going to be weeks like they thought. They're doing a very good job. So right now, if you look around this whole world of everything that's happening right now, maybe you don't watch the news. Well, here's the news for you. There has been a lot of changes in the weather. A lot of people talk about, oh my God, it's hotter than it's ever been. It's more hot. We're having these crazy hot days and whatever. Go back to 1936. Look at the weather then. It was hotter than it is now and hotter than a lot of places. So weather's not getting worse. It's almost like history starting to repeat itself. That's what we're seeing. We're also starting to learn a lot of lessons that to value each day. When I sat in that closet with my dog that are under the steps of the upstairs neighbor, and we sat on a chair, and I'll tell you, it's funny. Everything was closed up in my house. My pantry is off of the kitchen, which is between the next apartment. In my pantry, the next neighbor next door, their pantry is next to mine. So there's more walls and everything. And then you have their whole apartment. So there's no place for air to get in there. And then I'm underneath the steps of my upstairs neighbor. So the steps go down like this, and I'm sitting back in here with buttons. And this breeze, I was praying and praying and praying for it to go around us and not to touch us. I was praying so hard. I had my crystals with me. My cross was in my hand. I was praying so hard. I felt this breeze come underneath of the door out of nowhere. There was nowhere that a breeze could have come in because my windows are new. They're sealed. My doors were shut and locked. There was no way for air to come in. And if that much air came in my house, it would have caused some kind of problem. It would have knocked over the little candle that I had in the window. It definitely would have knocked that over. If it could go from the window and go 8 to 10 feet to the door, it would have knocked that little candle over. It's not possible. But this energy came under the door and I felt it. And the minute that came, within seconds, I could hear the radio that I had on say that the tornado is now moving away toward the north, going toward Trenton. And yet, I'm in one town, and every single town around me was struck by that tornado, was damaged from that tornado. Everywhere around me, every street around me. But where I'm in, the cul-de-sac I'm in, it didn't touch us. It only knocked a few branches down, not limbs, just little stick branches. The power of prayer. A lot of you worry about health and diagnosis and things of that nature. Maybe you get a doctor to tell you don't have long to go. That doctor is not God. God has the final say. God has the power to change things, to prevent things from happening. And a lot of you might ask, well, then why does he let some things happen? Why does he let some people die? Why does he let this and that? If people pass early and they're unexpected too, they weren't never meant to spend that long here. They had a certain amount of lessons to learn while they were here on this earth. And then it was important for them to move on because they will go and reincarnate and be born again and have another life quickly. When they do that, sometimes you may meet somebody in your family that has a child, a new baby, and they remind you of the person that passed. You never know where a soul is going to go. So everybody, remember to be, and again, when you have such a situation where you're faced with death at your door, it makes you realize how important things are, how important people are. It also makes you understand the value of time. So for all of those people who keep wanting to go back to old shit, old situations, old heartache, things that you know didn't work out, you broke up, there was a reason for the breakup. It's a red flag. You were never assigned that you had to stay with somebody and keep making it work and trying because there's nobody else. That's not true. Part of our lessons in relationships is to learn if it's working, then that's great. Make it work. But if it's not working, it's really not working, and somebody's working and doing things that are against, obviously, recovering the relationship, if they're out cheating or they're gambling or they're drugging or they're drinking or they're whatever, and they're lying to you, that's not. If somebody had a job and they had certain qualifications they had to meet, they had to be able to type, they had to be able to file, they had to be able to have customer service skills, they had to be able to do math. If they can't do the math, they can't type, they can't use the computer, then they can't keep that job. They don't qualify. You have to make sure that the people you're inviting into your life, the people that you're wanting to be with, make sure they qualify. And if they don't, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that they're rotten and awful. It just means they're not fit for the job, to take care of you, to be with you, to love you. So take your time. Don't rush so fast because you want love. Don't be so much in love with the thought of love that you're willing to put aside your morals and your values. When somebody tries to change who you are, or when you try to change someone else, like, oh yeah, they're really great, but I just need to get them to stop doing this. No, you either need to learn how to adapt to what they're doing, or say, you know what, I can't accept what you're doing, therefore this isn't going to work. And if they decide to make changes, then that's on them. But you can't make them or ask them to change who they are. There's a difference. Wow, really change? Very cool. Very cool. Do you, Tonya? Wow. So listen, you guys, please hit the like button again if you've come into my room. Hey, mermaid. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Exactly, mermaid. Perfect answer. Perfect answer. Hey, Sandeep. Hey, Taisha. Hey, Roscoe. How are you? The UK has 80, 90 mile an hour winds, maybe air curlers that you'd lose a apartment. Oh, but I can only pray for anyone in Twister's way. Exactly, me too, Roscoe. Yeah, the Spirit of Jesus definitely moving in on us. Thank you, Blue Eyes. Yeah, Leo, thank you, honey. Hi, Squigs. Hi, Squigs. I believe it changed. Hey, Maria. Hi, Lindsay. Thank you. Thank you, Diana. I'll tell you what, I could cry right now. It was so scary. And I believe in God with all of my heart. I do. But at the moment, when you're by yourself and you're just with a dog in a closet, I actually left a note taped on my front door that said, I'm in the pantry in the kitchen. Help. Just in case I was unconscious. Yeah, the subways, people got rescued out of the subways. They were literally trapped. Hey, hey, Rose. How you doing, Rose? Hey, Transformation Queen. Hey, Force of Nature. How are you? Hey, Shabana. Hey, Empress. Hey, Stepmo. Thank you. Thank you, Mermaid. Yeah, my good friend Tommy, he was such a nice man. He used to always come over and he'd say, Helen, I just went to the doctor's. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you okay? He said, well, he gave me these medicines, and he'd bring all his medicines over to me. He'd say, what's this medicine going to do? What's this medicine going to do? Am I going to be all right? Should I take that? When should I take it? He'd ask me questions that he should have asked his doctor. He used to have such anxiety, but he was the sweetest older man that would love to come over, just sit on the porch for a little while, and then he'd leave by a certain time because everything that he did was on a time. He woke up, it was a certain time. He'd eat his breakfast at a certain time, lunch at a certain time, dinner at a certain time, shower and shave at a certain time. And then after dinner, he had to go watch Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, or whatever. He liked to watch The Deadliest Catch. He loved fishing shows. He had on his wall, and I mean it was huge. It was about 8 feet long at least. Some kind of fish, swordfish or something that he caught in Mexico. He used to go to Mexico every year and fish with his friends. And he caught this huge fish that had to be the taxidermy and all that. And then they shipped it here. And he had it up on his wall over top of his couch. Thank God one day he was in his bedroom and heard a loud boom. The fish landed on the couch. And it was heavy. I'm telling you, that fish was probably 200 pounds empty after he got taxidermied. So I can't imagine how much it weighed when he pulled it in. I don't know how him and his friend pulled it in, but they did out in the ocean. And anyway, thank God he was in his room when it fell that day. And then they anchored it even more on the wall. But it's a wonder that it could stay up on that wall. So with that being said, I'm going to go watch Joyce Myers right now. She's just coming on. That's one of my favorites. And then I'm going to take a nap. And then I'll be back on later on. I want to do some magic sticks for you guys. And then I'm also going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to offer something a little bit different. That'll be $5.5. I think it's $5.5. So it'll be $55. It's a reading. It's a reading. But it's not done. It's not done with shells, and it's not done with ruins. It's done with stones. And as I take the stones and shake them and I put them out, the way the stones land will show me the energies that you're feeling. It's a different kind of reading. It's not about your boyfriend. It's not about your girlfriend. It's about you and your energy. All right. So it's very deep. It's like the Island Wellness, but it's different because I'm using stones. But it's a very deep reading. It's a reading to get into you. It's a reading to say, you know what? Stop focusing on everybody else. We need to just get into you right now. All about you. All about you. So if you can handle that, it's like doing a little bit of shadow work, but it's going to bring things about. It's going to be $55. Yeah, that's what I hear. 55. I believe it's 55. Is it 55 or was it 88? I think it's 55. 5.5. Yeah, 5.5. It is 5.5. All right. So if you're interested in that, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people, so you might want to get in line ahead of time. But then when I come back on, I will be doing sticks. It'll be $33.33. 3333. 3333. But then the reading will be 55. So if you send 3333, I'll know you're doing sticks. If you send 5555, then I know that you're doing the reading. And if you send 80 some bucks, then I know that you're doing both. So with that being said, remember, just send it through the PayPal, and whatever amount you send, I'll either know you're doing two or you're doing one or the other. All right. So I'm going to take a nap after I watch Joyce, and then I'll be back on and we'll start. We'll start our Thursday and get ready for Happy Friday. So I hope you enjoyed the daily for today, and I look forward to seeing you guys in just a little while. Hopefully I'll look better than this. Don't forget, don't forget